This edition of Crime Reports and Rewards is brought to you by Dr. Louis Gangarosa's Oral Leaf. For instant relief of sore mouth, teeth, and lips, go to www.oralleaf.com or call 706-294-4343. William Goolsby, heavy equipment, land clearing, driveways, and landscaping. Call 803-257-6734. And All-American Training and Safety Consultants. Certified training in industrial construction safety, personal protection equipment, fall and fire protection, respiratory protection, material handling and storage, electrical lockout tagouts, machinery and machine guarding, forklifts, cranes, and horse training. Call us at 706-799-1157. Call them and tell them you appreciate them bringing you one of America's fastest growing crime shows.
The stories you are about to see are real. The rewards up to $5 million are real. This is Crime Reports and Rewards with Griff Griffin and Dave Michaels, where you stay anonymous, the criminals don't.
On Wednesday, October 28th, the Richmond County Sheriff's Office informed WRDW News Channel 12 that they were investigating a shooting that happened at an apartment complex near the Regal Cinemas movie theater. According to dispatch, they received a call about the shooting at 8:08 p.m. Wednesday, October 28th. According to deputies, they found the victim on Hagerton Lane across from the Regal Cinemas movie theater, and investigators told News 12 the victim's injuries were non-life-threatening. Now let's just wait right here. If you get shot with a firearm, you might go into shock. You might have a heart attack. In my opinion, anytime you get shot with a firearm, that's a life-threatening event, but they're saying it's non-life-threatening. An ambulance took him to the hospital for treatment. According to deputies, the victim told them he was shot at an apartment complex nearby and was able to run to the Limelight Cafe. Now here's where we have a problem with this report. Why don't we know what apartment complex the individual was shot at so witnesses can say, you know what, I saw a car driving out of that apartment complex at that time, and that car was driven by two black males with a white guy sitting in the back, or a white guy driving with a black male next to him and a white girl in the back. But nobody can give us a tip on this case because nobody even told us what apartment complex this individual was shot at, nor there's no one knows who the individual was. They could have seen him minutes earlier talking to some individuals. Bam, there we'd have an ID and a perfect description of everybody involved in this case, but we don't know because of incomplete reporting. Investigators say the suspect is not being very cooperative in giving details about what led to the shooting. Now here we have the problem of the cartels taking over the drug turf here in Augusta. Cartels have moved into Augusta, Georgia, and they are offering silver or lead. Either the local drug dealers begin dealing cartel drugs, or cartel drug dealers will shoot the non-cartel drug dealers, or the cartel dealers will shoot the old guy that's been dealing drugs in that area forever. Because this individual is not being cooperative and giving details about what led to the shooting, it gives rise to the suspicion that this may be yet another one of the turf war shootings that are going on here, where several young males here in this area have died from shootings recently that are suspected to be related to the cartels moving into local drug turf right here in Augusta, Georgia. If you know of anything that can help solve this case and help the Richmond County Sheriff's Office put together who was at the shooting, who may have done the shooting, what was involved that led up to the shooting, please call the police. If they do a press release that says a crime reports and rewards tip led to an arrest, you will be paid. The Columbia County Sheriff's Office is looking for the black female and the white male you see on your screen. The jail report published this report by the Columbia County Sheriff's Office asking if you know who these individuals are. They are accused of taking 2 cell phone boxes off the display from a Columbia County Walmart and concealing them in a bag and leaving without paying. The black female you see on your screen also stole a drink, authorities say. Think you know who they are or how police may be able to find them? If so, please call the Columbia County Sheriff's Office at 706-541-2800. If the police do a press release saying a crime reports and rewards tipsters tip led to the arrest of these shoplifters, the tipster, if that is you, will be paid. The FBI needs your help keeping an eye on thousands and thousands and thousands of Islamic terrorists that are being sent here by the Democrats, and 900 investigations are ongoing. That is in addition to nearly 1,000 already active investigations into conspiracies for terror attacks to be launched against Americans right here on American soil. Because Augusta is now the home of NSA, Augusta is a prime target, and if you have anyone who works in NSA or their children are affiliated with NSA or with the military or any area of that sort, Islamic terrorists are targeting military, intelligence, their family, their children, and anyone associated with them. So the FBI has issued a red alert, red alert, red alert. The Islamic State group has made it clear that they are planning terror attacks against America. There have already been several so-called lone wolf attacks perpetrated by individuals inspired by the Islamic State organization. According to USA Today, Comey, the head director of FBI, said that these investigations are ongoing, and that was added after another representative of the FBI said there are now so many Islamic terrorists in America that we can no longer keep an eye on all of them. The Islamic State has largely targeted young people in the United States who have some sort of gripe against America. Social media campaigns and other means have allowed the Islamic State to brainwash these people into working for them. We sent a tip into local law enforcement, FBI, and everybody we could recently about 3 individuals who were being radicalized by the Islamic State right here in this area. In that plot, we were able to get a tip that indicated that one of the individuals who has the truck and says he has a truck, a large tractor trailer truck, and this large tractor trailer truck could be packed with explosives and parked in a central location of a downtown anywhere in this area. They are in this area right here, Atlanta and Augusta. This is the 3 that we sent in. Should you see someone in a tractor trailer rig, and this individual is a black male. Last time he was pictured on Facebook, he had a beard, but he can shave his beard. A lot of the Nation of Islam do not have a beard, and they are just as radical and just as dangerous as Islamic State because they seek to destroy America also. They are being asked to kill white people. Recently, you heard on another segment that cops were shot in Savannah. This very well may be part of this plot to kill Americans, especially cops, military, intelligence, or anyone standing up against the Islamic terror. There is also an unsolved murder of a doctor that got in his car and was in front of the hospital that he worked at. He obviously knew the individual because he rolled his window down, and that individual shot him point blank range in the face. Now, this doctor had been critical of Islamic terror and a local mosque that he said repeatedly was rising up against the United States and radicalizing Islamic terrorists here at a local mosque. Many people do not realize that there are several local mosques right here in Augusta. They are basically spread throughout the entire CSRA. And one recently objected to a man guarding our recruiters on Wrightsboro Road. Well, why would they object to someone guarding our recruiters on Wrightsboro Road? Because the recruiters are unarmed. I mean, well, what's the problem if he's guarding them? The problem is they cannot have their terrorists go through that area and attack those recruiters because this guy will stop them. The good news is that while Jim, the individual guarding our recruiters with his weapons, has helped drop crime in the Augusta Mall area, Wrightsboro Road, Harbor Freight area, dramatically. Whenever Jim is on duty, he's got his weapon and he's guarding our recruiters. Nobody is robbing anybody, and crime comes to a complete halt at that location. So we've looked that up and been very careful to see. So not only is he stopping Islamic terrorists from attacking our recruiters, he's also dropping the crime rate in that area whenever he shows up with his fully loaded automatic weapon, semi-automatic weapon. Now, here's what they're saying, that we already had a planned attack during the 4th of July, but because of your diligence and you looking out, and so many of you out there, television viewers, right here in the CSRA saying, hey, this is a suspicious individual here. What? How about this guy? Wait, check that guy out over there. Because you did call the cops, thank you so much. A planned attack during the 4th of July, this last 4th of July, was thwarted. In other words, you put the heat on the bad guys so much, the bad guys called off the attack that was planned for this last 4th of July. We've got to continue being diligent because we're coming into different holidays, and during these holidays, these Islamic terrorists go a little crazy. There's something in the Quran that says, kill the infidel, and when we start celebrating Thanksgiving and Christmas, that really drives them wild. They don't like that. So, as we come into the holidays, we really need your help to watch out for these guys. Now, this is becoming the new normal, and the FBI and all of the police are saying that it's now hard to keep up. Comey also said that it was unclear if the FBI has the resources to investigate all these threats. Despite what President Obama would like us to think, the Islamic State poses a grave threat to our way of life. We all need to remain vigilant. None of us knows when or where the next terror attack will occur or who will be behind it. If you see any suspicious activity, please call the police. If the police do a press release saying your tip resulted in an arrest, and they say that a Crime Reports and Rewards tipster called in a tip and they were able to stop anybody, arrest anybody for any type of violent crime, but especially Islamic terrorists, you will be paid. And thank you. We appreciate your help. AugustaCrime.com reports that Aiken police need your help in finding the murder suspect you see on your screen named Trevor Lorenz Butler. He's been identified as one of the masterminds behind a 2013 home invasion and murder of Shane Jones on Aldrich Street in Aiken. 4 others are also charged in this deadly home invasion. Butler, who's pictured here at 21 years of age, allegedly helped plan the armed robbery for the victim and went into Jones's home before the killers arrived. Later, Butler communicated with the other black males using a mobile electronic device, probably a cell phone, to provide tactical and logistical information concerning the planned home invasion. Jones, 19, had cash and Xanax stolen from him during the home invasion. The warrants against Butler are based on new evidence developed by investigators. He's wanted for murder and armed robbery. Previously charged in the crime, Leon Jacob Simmons, Rashawn Isaac, Brian Morton, and Marquise Dequan East. At the time of the killing, investigators say the armed suspects came into the home and began shooting. Officers later found the teen's body inside, and an autopsy showed he died after being shot multiple times. A second shooting victim, a female, drove herself to the hospital after being shot in the leg. Investigators believe Butler is living in the Aiken-Augusta area. Anyone with information which may lead to the arrest of Trevon Lorenz Butler is asked to contact the Aiken Department of Public Safety at 803-642-7620 or call Crime Stoppers at 1-888-CRIME-SC, or you can go directly to the police, and if the police say that a crime reports and rewards tip led to the arrest of this home invading killer, you will be paid. Disturbing new video out of South Carolina shows a South Carolina law enforcement officer murdering a teenager over some weed. What do you think? Do you think teenagers need to be shot in the head over weed? Go to our Crime Reports and Rewards Facebook page, look up the video, watch it, let us know what you think. The Richmond County Sheriff's Office needs your help finding Tony Wayne Brooks. He's 5'6", 185 pounds, has black hair, brown eyes. Please reference case number 2015-12-53-78. Brooks has an active grand jury arrest warrant for aggravated child molestation and child molestation 2 counts. If you think you know how police may find Tony Wayne Brooks, please call investigator Kimberly Lee at 706-821-1442 or any violent crimes investigator at the Richmond County Sheriff's Office at 706-821-1020 or 821-1080. For those of you interested in self-defense, which you better be, AmmoLand.com reports the South Carolina permitless carry passes the House 90-18. Now, it still has to go in for a third reading. The South Carolina Bill H. 3025 recently passed a second read in the South Carolina House 90-18. It still has to pass a third read, but amendments on the third read are required to be unanimous. From the Facebook page of one of the legislators who authorized the amendment, He's saying, please join me in saying thank you to the 90 members of the South Carolina House of Representatives who today, by a vote of 90-18, gave second reading to the Clemens-Gal-Hickson South Carolina Second Amendment Empowerment Act, with an amendment by Mike Pitts and myself to authorize permitless carry, concealed carry, by every South Carolinian who can legally purchase a handgun. The bill, as now amended, allows South Carolina CWP, concealed weapons permit holders, to carry in 27 states instead of the current 20, including Georgia. Yay, Georgia! And opens the door to recognizing every state's CWP. Additionally, the amendment authorizes every law-abiding South Carolinian who can legally purchase a firearm to carry it concealed without a permit. The bill awaits third reading in the House next Tuesday and then passes to the Senate for consideration. Thank you for every member of the South Carolina House who supports the Second Amendment. This is a permitless carry bill instead of a constitutional carry bill because it would allow concealed carry without a permit, but not open carry. The bill also expands reciprocity to all other states' concealed carry permits. South Carolina is one of only 6 states that prohibit open carry. Now, there is a guy there in South Carolina, Representative Martin, who wants to strip out the concealed carry portion of this, which will basically kill your right to self-defense in South Carolina. So if you know of anybody in South Carolina, we need to call and make sure we get rid of this guy who wants bad guys to have guns and good guys not to be able to defend themselves from bad guys. So let's let the Republicans in South Carolina know we really appreciate them allowing us to have our Second Amendment rights, and make sure the Democrats do not get re-elected, because the Democrats are bringing savage Islamic terrorists here and stripping Americans of the right to self-defense and not allowing you to have your constitutional Second Amendment right. It's kind of crazy because Democrats actually have more bodyguards, being that they're using the very tax dollar that they tax you with against the very taxpayer that paid it. They are forced to have more bodyguards who have more guns than Republicans who aren't screwing over the people. If you have any input on this, you can go to our Facebook page, Crime Reports and Rewards, and tell us what you think. And we appreciate your comments. WJBF Channel 6 TV reports from the Associated Press that Orangeburg County Sheriff Leroy Ravenel says a task force of investigators from local, state, and federal agencies has been formed to investigate the unsolved shooting deaths of 4 people in a home in a rural part of the county last summer. Ravenel updated reporters Wednesday on the case in which 2 adults and 2 teenagers were killed and an 8-year-old child was critically injured on July 15th. Ravenel said investigators have developed a profile of those thought to be responsible. He said investigators think the crime was committed by 2 or more people who planned the slayings and were familiar with the home outside of Holly Hill, South Carolina. He says authorities also believe the suspects are from a nearby area in the county where a car was found, abandoned, and burned. If you know anything about this murder, please call the police. If they do a press release that says a Crime Reports and Rewards tipster made the tip that resulted in the arrest, you, the tipster, will be paid. Now, for a report out of Savannah, the Associated Press says that authorities in Georgia are investigating after they say 2 Savannah-Chatham Metropolitan Police officers and a 3rd person were shot. Police spokeswoman Unicia Baker says both officers suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Right, let's go out and get shot and see if you feel that your life's not threatened. Authorities say a 3rd person was shot, but no further details have been given on that person's condition. Police said in a statement that the shooting happened late Tuesday night, just before midnight. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation is also investigating that incident. No information as to what led to the shootings was immediately released. We also hear that the GBI warns of recent telephone spoof where somebody is using the GBI's telephone number to call people and demand money. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation is warning residents of a recent telephone scam involving its main number 404-244-2600, which has been compromised according to a GBI press release. Scammers have spoofed the number, meaning that they can fool a recipient's caller ID in displaying that number. So wherever the call comes from, the recipient sees 404-244-2600, which is the valid Georgia Bureau of Investigation number. And when it pops up, if you've got a phone like mine, it's going to say Georgia Bureau of Investigation along with their Facebook page. Scammers have called home phones and cell phones and pretended that they are with the GBI collecting a debt for the IRS and threatening arrest if the recipient does not pay. The GBI does not contact individuals for debt collection and advises people not to conduct business over the phone. They did not initiate the call. Additionally, do not give out any of your credit or identification information if somebody calls you, no matter what number is showing on your phone. Always ask them, can I call you right back? And then whenever you call back, you get them on the phone and say, somebody from the GBI called me and they said I had to pay a debt for the IRS. Is that, who do I talk to? And 99% of the time, they're going to go, no, we don't do that. Actually, 100% of the time. If you know anything that can help police solve this shooting in Savannah or the spoofing of the GBI phone number, please call the police. If they do a press release saying a crime reports and rewards tip led to an arrest, you will be paid.
This edition of Crime Reports and Rewards is brought to you by Dr. Louis Gangarosa's Oraleaf. For instant relief of sore mouth, teeth, and lips, go to www.oraleaf.com or call 706-294-4343. William Goolsby, heavy equipment, land clearing, driveways, and landscaping. Call 803-257-6734. And All-American Training and Safety Consultants, certified training in industrial construction safety, personal protection equipment, fall and fire protection, respiratory protection, material handling and storage, electrical lockout tagouts, machinery and machine guarding, forklifts, cranes, and horse training. Call us at 706-799-1157. Call them and tell them you appreciate them bringing you one of America's fastest growing crime shows.
Crime Reports and Rewards is brought to you by WBEK Channel 16. Crime Reports and Rewards is a production of Michael's Media. You've been watching Crime Reports and Rewards with Griff Griffin and Dave Michaels, where you stay anonymous. The criminals don't.